Good afternoon, crap to cream. So today I am prepping to go to the dyno. I have tried a lot of stuff to try and get this engine to run properly with the supercharger on it, and I was advised at the very beginning by Stuart that the best place to set this up is on a dyno. I thought that I'd be able to get it, reasonably good. So what I've done now, I've ended up at I think it's 28 degrees before top dead center. And what else have I done? Oh, I've got the 55 pump jets in, and the Venturis are as per whereas installed as originals, which was like a couple of videos ago. So I was trying to set the timing up the other day, and I had it at idle, and then I took it to 4,000 RPM, and then the belt on the supercharger came off and smoked itself. So I needed to get a new supercharger belt. So this is the belt, and as you can see there's a bit of damage there, and there's some damage somewhere else as well. So there's a bit of damage there. So it flipped off, and it got caught on the top of the supercharger there. I've done a little bit of paint repair now, and the one that was on there was an 1170. So what I've gone for now, well, the 1170 was fine, but I've now gone for a 1165, so that's an 1170. I've now gone for an 1165. That seems a bit better, and I think the reason that it came off, I've done 400 Ks in the car since I put the supercharger on. I think you can see it down there actually. So there's the little belt. So I've done 400 Ks in the car since I put the supercharger on, but I haven't tensioned the belt up, so I think that it just worked its way loose after being brand new. So now I'm just checking things because I've conceded I need to take it to the dyno, so I'm making sure all the tappets are right. Plug gaps, I've put a 1.3 ohm coil on now, the other one was a 3 ohm coil. The timing, as I've said, is set at 26 degrees before top dead center, and I've just been doing the old rule of 9. So as you can see there, number 8 and number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is down, so then that's 3 it has to be done, which is 3, and then 8, so it's 1. So I'm setting all these at 12 thou, sorry, cold, so that'll be fine for what I want. I believe it's 13 thou hot, and then I've just got my spanner down here cranking the engine over. I've taken the plugs out, you don't need to, but I've taken the plugs out. So as you can see now, got those 2 down, so that's 4 down, so you're just 5, and then 7 is down, so you're just 2. So that's how you do the rule of 9. Well, that's how I've always done it. So I'll put a new rocker cover gasket on now, and put the plugs back in, which I've set at 35 thou gap, and I think that's about it ready. What I normally do is I put a couple of spots of instant glue on here just to hold the gasket in place, because 9 times out of 10 it zips in and then the oil leaks. So I'll put a little bit of super glue on these, just a couple of dots on the long sides to hold the gasket in place, because it never stays straight. Alright, so I'll put the rocker cover back on. You don't need to watch me do that. Apart from that, I think I'm pretty well good to go to the dyno now, and get it set up properly. So I'll more likely carry on in the bottom shed doing the rebuilding the other engine. I'll do a little bit of work down there. Alright, so there you go. That's the end of this little segment. While I've still got the rocker cover off, and I remember, I fitted a decomp plate to this engine, which is a small, I think 1.3, 1.8 millimeters, something like that, decomp plate that goes between the cylinder head and the block, and you fit that on the high compression engine on the 18V high compression, just to reduce that compression a little bit, so that the blower, as far as I'm aware, doesn't blow things apart. But anyway, when I did that, when I put the rocker shaft back on again, I noticed that the adjusting screws, the lock nuts on the tappet adjusting screws, were inside the lock nut and didn't have full threads of engagement. So what I had to do was I had to machine the pedestals, these pedestals. I machined 1.5 millimeters off these pedestals so that I could retain the gap, which is like normal. So I thought I'd just point that out, because when you put the decomp plate on, which goes in here, it lifts the cylinder head and then lifts everything, and then it might not seem like much, but when you lift everything 1.5 millimeters, the lock nuts here, they only engage in like 2 or 3 threads here, and they should have a full nut of engagement, just as something to be aware of. And if you do start the engine and you haven't got the right number of threads of engagement here, then you have to take the head off again to fix this, because you have to undo the cylinder head bolts, and that means you need 2 new gaskets on either side of the decomp plate. You've got a load of cleaning up to do. Just as a heads up, right, something to be aware of. I had the luxury of building the engine in the shed, so when I built the engine in the shed for the supercharger, I noticed that, so I was able to fix it in the shed. But like when it's in the car and running, it's a bit more difficult. Just something to be aware of. All right, I'll now go to the other shed and start building the other engine. One more snippet of information for those of you who are interested in this running up of the supercharger and the tuning and all that sort of stuff, and the issues that I'm having and what I've resorted to now, which is the dyno. So I managed to find a dyno that had a gentleman who was familiar with carburetors, and yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. Well, very difficult to find somebody here in Western Australia now with a dyno who knows about carburetors. Yeah, so I'll see what that turns out like. Yeah, but I was quite surprised actually. I phoned 4 places and only one of them had a guy who knew anything about carburetors. One guy commented that, asked me what ECU I was running, and I said I'm running a carburetor, and he asked me what year the car was, and he just said to me, he says, the car's older than I am. So there you go. Anyway, the plugs are the things I've got to show you. So here you go. These are the plugs. So these are as they came out of the engine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what they are. Just thought I'd show you that. Yeah, so they're the plugs as they came out, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've adjusted the tappets now, and yeah, done the plugs, all good to go. I'll finally go down to the bottom shed now. Good afternoon, crap to cream. So I'm continuing on now with the rebuild of the 18V engine, and this is putting the cylinder head back on. So there's one thing that I have learned doing videos, right, is to have everything in place and ready to go, because there's nothing worse than putting you through the pain of me looking for stuff while the video rolls on. So we'll see how we go with this. Everything should go to plan, and this is the first go, right? So hopefully I've got it right. So the cylinder head, the cylinder is all cleaned up, oil free. All new ARP studs are in. Not sponsored by them, they're just the best studs I believe to use. Cylinder head is all cleaned up, ready to go. I have got soft cell in here, soft cell film in the places that matter. So that's this soft seal, sorry. So that's this stuff. So I use that to protect stuff. So I put it on the push rods, and I did have it on the bores when I was prepping or waiting to put the pistons in to save any corrosion. So I've got a multitude of rocker shafts. I've overhauled or cleaned them all up, found the best one. So that's this one here, So lubricated that up, ready to go. New cam followers, ARP nuts and washers. So we'll see how we go. Hopefully it's oh, there's the gasket. So this is the gasket that I use. You can use the copper gaskets, and if you look, you'll see top on the top of the gasket there, right in the middle, where the shiny bit is right now, I think. So it's very faint, but you have to look for it. Oh, anyway, there you go. So hopefully you can see the engine now. You can see me putting it all back together. So I'll put the cylinder head gasket on. We'll see how we go with this. We're a little bit out there. There we go. Whew. So cylinder head on. So now I use my assembly fluid, put a little bit of that on all the followers, drop them in.
I suppose I could have done this prior to you switching you into this, but I didn't. So I hope you're all having a nice day, just filling time while I pop these in. Been a bit wet in WA here recently, or as a result of talking to the weather and anything else to talk about. So yeah, so this is the what is supposedly a racing cylinder head. This is apparently all the slight tapering that I've spoken about before.
Put that follower in. So cam followers are all in. So now I will put the push rods in. I'll go and get the push rods. So some people like to number these and put them back in exactly the same place, but these aren't out of this engine, and they're new cam followers, so I'm not overly concerned. It's good if you put them all in the right way around. All 8 of them in, that's good. So check they're all in their right place. Now, I will now put the rocker shaft on. Okay, so that never happens. Push all those in so they all go into the push rods. Then you get a bit of this super duper stuff, which is supposed to make the torque settings all equal on the studs. Not sure how true that is, but this is what ARP recommend, so this is what I do. I'll put the rocker. I'll put the rocker shaft ones in later on. I won't bore you with that. So spend all your time buying 6-point rod sockets, and then you get 12-point nuts. So
Didn't do that one. Got that one. Mr. Goosey. I'm on the wrong. Okay.
don't forget to put this one on this one. Okay, so that's it. So what I'll do now is I will torque them all down to the right number. I won't put you through watching me do the torquing. And then I'll put the spark plugs back in so that I don't drop anything into the bores. And then that's the cylinder head complete. So hopefully that didn't take too long. I think that's all that you need to see. All done. All right, so thank you for subscribing. Thank you for comments, all gratefully received, and thank you to so here we are, all torqued up now. I think I mentioned what the torques were before. So yeah, 45 in 3 steps on the 3/8 and 25 on the 5/16, also in 3 steps. So that's it, all done now. Plugs are back in so that no unwanted foreign bodies go into the holes and then have to take the head off again. So it's all done. So thank you very much indeed for subscribers. Thank you very much indeed for comments. Great to receive the constructive comments that I get, and anything you want me to do specifically or show you specifically on anything to do with this engine rebuild, then please let me know and I'll try and accommodate what you require. Okay, so that's we'll go for a bye for now until maybe next Thursday.